What's good, everybody? It's your boy Shadowzone GC. Major love to all my fellow Shadow Clan members for taking the time to click on another one. So obviously, you all can tell, doesn't really need much of an announcement. I am officially in my new apartment. Eventually, I will do a whole video about how I set up the apartment, what it looks like outside of my personal room. I still have things on the way from Amazon coming to the room, etc., etc. But that's not what you all came here for. Today I want to talk to you all about 4 specific things that have vastly assisted me on my journey of becoming a YouTube content creator. Now, if you want to be a YouTube content creator, whether you're trying to do it seriously, whether you're trying to do it casually, whether you're just unsure whether you should do it or not, I 100% think that this can be beneficial for you because you really learn a lot about what type of content creator you're gonna be within your first 100 videos. Sometimes people just go viral and immediately take off like within their first month or two, but the majority of people that create YouTube content know that that is not a consistent thing that happens for YouTubers by any means. Now, me myself, I am a video game content creator. I started creating content, I think it was last May. That was my first video. And of course, there's been some time where I've taken a month or two off. There are games that I haven't completed, but we'll go into all of that as we go further into this video. So the 4 specific topics that I want to talk about. Number 1, your scheduling. Number 2, your editing style and your editing software. Number 3, your views. And number 4, your level of authenticity. Now, obviously, there are other topics that are just as important. So if you think of any of those topics and you want me to talk about them later, please do not hesitate to leave a comment underneath the video. I love creating content. I may not be the best at it, but I love connecting with you all and just help me out along this journey. But without further ado, let's get into topic number 1. Scheduling. You have to be mindful of your personal schedule. Do not quit your job right off rip and just give everything to YouTube without a backup plan unless you have someone else taking care of you. The reason I say that is because I am a grown-ass man. I'm an adult. I have a full-time job.
I have bills to pay.
So I can't just quit and drop everything strictly for YouTube because I've been homeless before. That's not necessarily something that I want to go back to. I grinded for dance. I don't want to grind for YouTube as well. So when it comes to your scheduling, you want to lay out your day and you want to think, what amount of time in my day can I set aside for either content creation or content editing? Big things that you want to think about. So just so you have some context, myself, I am a high school dance teacher. So 8 hours a day, I am at a school teaching. And also, I work out a lot. I take care of my body. So I'm either taking time to work out early in the morning around 4 to 5 a.m. or late at night around 8 or 9 p.m. right before I get ready to go to bed. So already that's about 9 to 10 hours of my day gone, depending on how long my exercises are. And then on top of that, when it comes to sleep, I literally never sleep 8 hours. The most amount of hours that I usually get a night is 6. If I get 5 hours, I can function, but usually 6 is where I'm feeling my best. Anything below 5 and my kids are getting the absolute worst version of me, so I at least have to get 5 hours of sleep. So that leaves you a minimal amount of time throughout your day to actually either create content or edit content. You have to choose what type of YouTuber do you want to be? Are you trying to be a serious YouTuber? Are you trying to be a casual YouTuber? Do you want to vlog? Do you want to have a podcast? Are you a gaming content creator like myself? Like, decide what type of content creator you want to be and schedule that time out within your day. When it comes to creating content, that's the fun part. That's the part you're not going to really be thinking about. That's the setting up your camera for your vlog or responding to questions for your podcast or just sitting down and gaming with the boys or girls. I'm not sexist, and just flat out having a good time. That part is not gonna take any of your mental thought process. What's gonna take a lot of mental thought process is when you actually sit down in front of your computer and have to edit through all of your content. So again, really be mindful about your scheduling. Me personally, you can tell, as a gaming content creator, I've dropped damn near every single player campaign game that I picked up. Wo Long Fallen Dynasty, Hi-Fi Rush, Final Fantasy 16. I dropped those games specifically when it came to the editing department. It wasn't necessarily playing them. I beat all of, well, I haven't beat Final Fantasy 16 yet, but I beat Hi-Fi Rush or Wo Long, and I love single player campaign games. The issue is they take a lot more time to edit and I don't always have the time to sit down and edit for 2 to 3 hours at a time, especially when it's not summertime and I'm home from school. But when it's games like Street Fighter, like Overwatch, or anything that has a PvP mode, those type of videos don't take long to edit because those matches are fairly quick, so you can just roll through those fairly quickly without having to cut, splice, make sure that the story makes sense, etc., etc. So scheduling is extremely important, and you have to remember that you have to be willing to set time aside in your day specifically for your content, whether it's creating or editing. Number 2, your editing style and your editing software. That's your intros, your outros, your cuts in between. Now, this one is a big one for me. I figured out part of my editing style early, and the rest of it I'm still figuring out. Like, figuring out your specific editing style is basically a way to stamp your videos so people know, okay, I know I am looking at Shadowzone GC, but the way that his video starts and finishes, I know what to expect. And people usually learn to appreciate a certain level of consistency when it comes to your videos. So, are you a short form content creator, creating stuff less than 5 minutes? Do you like to create things from 14 minutes to 20 minutes? When you're cutting your video, do you want your video to go straight through? Do you want to do a lot of cuts in between your videos so you don't have that long awkward pause that happens after every sentence? Like that one right there. Just having an idea of what type of editing style you want can drastically help in creating a certain level of personality when it comes to your videos. As far as software, there are thousands of editing softwares out there. Me personally, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. People say Premiere Pro is trash, specifically because they have a subscription service, which I'm not gonna lie, absolutely gets on my nerves. Eventually, I'm gonna take time to try to learn DaVinci Resolve, but right now, we're just riding it out with Adobe Premiere Pro. But take time to actually get on YouTube and research what type of software you feel will work best for you. Do you want to focus on coloring? Do you want to focus on your cuts? Do you have your own personal videos that you're gonna add into your videos as far as your editings? Are you looking for plugins from outside sources? Like, these are things that are good for you just to review, so it's easier to transition from not creating YouTube content to editing YouTube content on a consistent basis. Number 3, and to some people the most important, your views. Now, if you look at my channel, you can clearly tell I am in no way, form, or fashion a view whore. Do I want views? Obviously. Would I like to turn this into a financial resource? Obviously. But for the most part right now, I just create content because I love it, and I strongly think that that is the best way to come into YouTube. If you immediately come into YouTube and you are strictly coming in for the sake of wanting to create another source of income, I can quickly tell you, you will fail within the first 2 to 3 months. On rare occasions, you will get a viral video that goes off within your first 10 videos, and you'll be set for however long your YouTube content creation journey is. But most YouTube content creators that are early in their journey will tell you that mindset of getting viral really early is a farce and does not happen often. It happens for some, but don't immediately expect it to happen for you, because Lord knows that's originally how I came in. And baby girl, I was humbled. And when I say humbled, videos only getting 8 views, 10 views, and you start to think, damn, I have some quality videos.
Or so you think.
Until you get maybe 80 videos or 100 videos in, and you quickly go back and realize, damn, those videos actually sucked a little bit. So be mindful of why you are wanting to create content. If you're strictly looking for views, then the first thing you want to think about is what type of content do you want to create and what is popular within that area. Like, if you're doing podcasts, then the first thing you're going to want to think of is what is the most important information that's out right now. Like, there are channels that got famous from the whole Nick Merckx ordeal. If y'all are in the gaming community, y'all know that story. Y'all don't need me to explain that to y'all, but that is something that a lot of channels got famous off of. Not necessarily because the YouTubers themselves were just overly amazing content creators, but because they were creating content on something that everybody wanted to know about. So that is a big thing. If you're strictly looking for views, find out what's popping and create a video in a timely fashion, usually 2 to 3 days max before the fire fizzles out on whatever topic that is, and do what you gotta do. But me, I've learned to create content because I love it. The few people that do comment or respond, I'm appreciative of. And every now and then I get a video that blows up. Well, 1,000 views to me is blowing up. I just appreciate what interaction I get with you all. I don't plan on ever leaving my full-time job because I love being a dance teacher. But if this does turn into a source of income, I'm not mad about it. And last but not least, your personal level of authenticity. If you look at my channel, there's a plethora of games. You'll see an anime reaction, you'll see fighting games, shooting games, etc., etc. And that's because I enjoy playing what I feel like playing. I don't always want to stick to one specific game or one specific genre or one specific style of content. Like, I want to expand the type of content that I create in the future, but obviously I've been focusing on moving, so I haven't been thinking about content creation at all.
Bitch, I've been thinking about survival.
But outside of that, I love creating content. I love playing all sorts of video games. I love your single player campaigns. I love your fighting games. I love your shooting games. I love anime to death. Anime reaction videos take a lot of time to edit, which is the reason why I don't do them anymore. I only did like 2 Demon Slayer videos, and it was absolute hell trying to get through the copyright issues to get it on YouTube. But I just love creating content. So that is a big thing for me and my channel. You don't have to remain so authentic that you are always touching anything that you can get your fingers on. If you want to stick to a specific genre of games, or you want to stick to a specific topic when it comes to your podcast, or whatever it may be, whatever you feel you need to do for you, do that. But I personally feel like the closer you are to your full authentic self, the longer you're gonna want to do content creation, because when you do get people who subscribe to your channel, and you do get people who comment on your videos, and you do get a chance to interact with people, you know that they are getting the most authentic version of yourself. So you don't have to fake having all of this energy, and you don't have to fake the content that you create. So that's a big thing for me. You take that information and do with it what you will. Again, I know that there are other topics that are just as important, so I said it earlier in the video. If you think about some topics that you would like me to talk about in another video, please be sure to drop that topic in the comments, and I will be sure to respond. And hopefully I'll be able to do another video in maybe 6 months to a year about what I've learned in my first 200 videos. We'll see how that goes. Just bear with your boy. But with all of that being said, I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for taking the time to click on another one. As always, it's your boy Shadow Zone GC. Major love to all my fellow Shadow Clan members, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.